Hello, this is Kara from Floral Tarot, and today I'd like to share with you a deck that just arrived today that I have been waiting for quite a while. I ordered this through a book, so I got a fantastic price, but then I had to wait a long time because it was actually sent to the wrong state, and I had to get it tracked and have it brought back. But I'm delighted that it's here. The Floral Tarot. This is a 78 card tarot deck. Explore the tarot with insights from the natural world. It includes the floral language and flower meanings with the traditional symbols, illustrated by Nina Pace. Gorgeous illustrations, as you will see, written by Diana McMahon Collis, or Diana McMahon Collis, depending on how she says that. Lovely box, as you can see, a large box, and very nice, solid box. Let nature's beauty guide you towards the answers you seek. Nice sized book, and then the cards were sitting in there, and you can see them right there with their lovely backs. These beautiful blues and purples in this deck of the backs. I have glanced through the book, a nice book with the history of the tarot, florography, that would be telling the future with flowers or giving meanings to the flowers, colors and numerology touched on, each with a page, and then a little bit of some nice spreads in here. I'm already interested in the spreads that they've included in this book. And then we go right to the major arcana with a half a page on each and a full color picture. And then with the minors, and yes, the cups are tulips, hooray, a quarter of a page on each one. Now, it does not include reversals for the minors, gladioli for the wands. Coins are buttercups, and swords are lupines. As I was saying, it doesn't give reversals for each of these, but they discuss that in the opening bit and the different ways that different people use reversals, which a lot of us know already. Some people use them as complete opposites. Some people use them as an internalized version of the upright card, that the reverse would be internal, the upright would be external. And then other people just turn the cards around and don't use reversals at all. So they acknowledge that, and they allow you then to kind of create your own reversal meaning in the way that you do it from the upright meaning. So unlike some decks that are created to not be used with reversals, they are acknowledging that reversals are possible with this deck. Other decks kind of make it clear that they don't mean for you to use it for reversals, and I usually pay attention to that when I'm learning a deck and getting used to the deck. So here are the cards, and you'll see right away you have the symbols. If you're a Rider-Waite-Smith reader, you would understand the symbols that are here with these majors. And also Tarot de Marseille often have the same symbols, pomegranates and a moon there for the High Priestess, the crown and pregnant blossoms there for the Empress. The Emperor usually has two rams on his throne. Here there are rams looking at us as we admire the sunflower. The Hierophant with keys and crusader crosses. And I don't know the name of them. If somebody knows the names of these hands. Hands like this have another traditional meaning, and I can't remember the name of that. the Lovers, the Chariot, Strength, Narcissus for a fragrant hermit, which I guess we all hope to be a very fragrant hermit. The Wheel of Fortune has the 4 symbols in the corners. So I really like the fact that here you have the flower and the flower meaning. And aside from a beautiful kind of pared down illustration style, you still have those additional symbols that help you create a more depth of meaning. And aside from the color too, Death, the lily, of course. Temperance. The Devil with a chain and a rope. The Tower, and I forgot, I did look up the name of this flower and I thought, oh, that's very fitting. But then notice there's a phoenix here with the Tower, which I think is a lovely addition. The Moon having your traditional dog and wolf and lobster, and then the flower itself is forming this path up to the moon. Judgment with the trumpet, and again blossoms, and that's a lotus blossom featured. And the World with the world itself here, the 2 stabs that you would normally see, the lemniscate or the eternity symbol, or as someone posted a joke that I just love, I said, this is the symbol for laundry because it never ends. Could just as well be for washing dishes. So those are your majors. So as I said, I am usually not fond of floral and often animal decks as well. I'm really picky, I should say, because I want them to have additional meanings and not just a cute or pretty picture. I do have another floral deck that is a pip deck, and the pips are very static. They're more like the Atea pips, where you just have 5 coins or 5 wands, and they're all straight up and down, and there's nothing else going on that helps you read it. But clearly this deck has enough for you to read it. Now, I'm usually a Rider-Waite-Smith reader. I am becoming more adept and more fond of pips. This is a pip deck, but it's what I would call either a hybrid or I would call it an embellished pips. You see here you just have your 3, 4 of the flowers, but now you start getting some additional embellishments that help you read it. Still very much like traditional Tarot de Marseille, but then some other things that get thrown in here to give you additional things to read. And the 10 of Cups with the, oh, isn't that lovely, with the rainbow there. Now, something interesting with this deck is that the court cards blossom. The Page, the Knight, the Queen, and the King. And they do this in all of the suits, and I just think that's beautiful. So I'll go through a little faster now, but so you can see the embellishments on certain cards, and then the blossoming of the court cards, of the wands, buttercups, 4 pentacles. I tell people I always look at the 7, 8, and 9 of pentacles because they're some of my favorite cards. So here you do have the 7 with the watering cans. You actually have 8 coins with the 8 of coins there, and then the fruition of the 9 of coins and the the loving pair here with the 10 of coins. And then again, the blossoming on the court cards. And swords. This might be a little less confronting for some people also that find the Rider-Waite-Smith imagery a little confronting. So I think it's just a beautiful deck with the style is kind of pared down and simplistic. In some respects, it reminds me of the Aquarian Tarot in terms of its simplicity and pared down style on a white background. But still very much its own thing. And as I said, embellished pips. So I would call this a hybrid deck or a pip deck with embellishments. And so this is the back. Mid-weight cards. You can see those a little bit on the light side of mid-weight. I'm just going to mix these up a little bit. This is just the majors. So if you are a riffle shuffler, you can kind of see how that is. If you are another kind of shuffler, there's doing that. And so I thought I would just do an Arcana battle to end my time with this deck. And this is, if you haven't seen the Arcana battle, you just pick the one you like best and keep going. Just another way to work with and view your major arcana. The goal with the Arcana battle is to not really think about the meaning of the card or just go with kind of a very quick decision between the two. Oh, tough choice. Okay. And so I end up with the Moon and the Fool in my Arcana battle with the Floral Tarot. Again, illustration by Nina Pace, written by Diana McMahon Collis, and it looks like the publisher is Caddo. I was easily able to find this online, and I don't remember if I said, I saw this used online by James Jude. I follow him at James Jude Tarot on Instagram. I took a course with him, and it was just an incredible course. Highly recommend any course that he's giving. But he's also just, he has an incredibly large historic collection of tarot cards, and that is what that course was about. It was about the history of tarot, but also just a charming guy and a very supportive person. And so anytime you can take a course with him or follow him, it's worthwhile. And he's the person that did a post with these and introduced me to this wonderful floral deck, the Floral Tarot.